Yeah. Good evening. 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 And welcome to the Tuesday edition, September 7th of Matt Montoya Live. I'm your host, Matt Montoya. Of course, good evening to you. And if you're listening to us or watching us, obviously not listening, watching us via Facebook or YouTube. We're also now live on YouTube, youtube.com/stoplight videos. Tama ba? Okay. So we're all broadcasting on all these channels. Maraming salamat po sa Sweet Message Vibes Group, Ride and Drive Philippines, Stoplight TV, and of course, the Lost Channel. And of course, if you're watching this on my Facebook page, maraming salamat also. Again, my name is Matt Montoya. We'll start the program tonight. It's a jam-packed program. Let's start. Let's go. All right. Good evening and welcome to Matt Montoya Live. Okay, we'll start off with tonight's program. Medyo not so good news. If you've been watching, or I should say following if you're in Metro Manila, kung nasa Metro Manila po kayo, you're obviously a little bit disappointed kasi supposedly starting tomorrow was GCQ. But Malacanang Presidential Palace just announced earlier today that no, that's not going to happen. Hindi na po yan mangyayari. Meaning, starting tomorrow, it's still going to be MECQ until September 15. All right. So until such time that they find that the granular lockdown is going to work. So kung meron na po silang details regarding that, well, hopefully we'll have that soon. Pero tomorrow, just to remind you, for those who were expecting na magkakaroon ng GCQ starting tomorrow, no, that's not gonna happen. So, a little bit sad po sa part na yan, but don't worry, hopefully in the next few days, mabigay na po na yung granular lockdown details. So we'll go to GCQ and then hopefully that will go. Pero sa Metro Manila lang po yan. The rest of the country, you're still MECQ or ECQ or GCQ if you're lucky. Huh? So, all right. So tonight we have a great guest, somebody that is very talented. We'll have him in a while. Pero bago po tayo mag-start ng profile segment natin, we have a new segment on our program called VOTD or Video of the Day. That's right, VOTD on MML, Video of the Day on Matt Montoya Live. And of course, ang ibig sabihin po nito, we will be choosing videos from different people and memes or yung mga Ronda reports po natin. Ano po yung mga Ronda reports? Malalaman nyo po yan in the next few days where we will be asking you guys out there watching us to send in your reports from wherever you are. And kung mapili po yan, maipalabas po namin dito yan sa program nating Matt Montoya Live, we'll be able we'll send you an ayuda, no? Malay natin. Okay, but for tonight, we have our first VOTD coming from a good friend of mine. Yan. Advice po niya yan. This is an advice by a guy named Will Devon, if you know him, to parents. Kasi naghingi tayo na advice sa kanya this pandemic where he's also a young parent. He has a child below 10 years old, no? At ito nga, so itong isang advice niya for parents who have children na nahihirapan ngayong pandemic. So let's hear from Will Devon.
Hi, Matt Montoya. First and foremost, thanks for having me on your request for shout out. During these times, being a father, I can only imagine what it would be like if my child was a little bit older. I feel very fortunate actually, because during these times, I'm able to spend a lot of time with my son. The only challenging part that I would say is crucial during these times is staying creative, not only with yourself but also with your family, especially if you have a boy or a girl that's under 10 years old. You got to stay creative as much as possible, and that means researching or Googling or YouTubing anything that can connect you with your children. So that would be my best advice. Stay creative, stay active, keep moving, and enjoy the moments because they grow up so fast. Take care, guys. And to the Barkada, much love. Peace.
All right. So thank you so much, Will, for that so nice of an advice for especially parents na nangangailangan ng, a little bit of a push coming from different parents, especially ngayon pandemic. So thank you so much. So we're going to start off with VOTD. Every episode, every show natin, meron tayong VOTD na pipiliin. And that's going to change. Hindi naman necessarily galing po sa mga celebrities. Nag-umpisa lang tayo tonight. But on Thursday, our next program, we'll choose, I don't know, a Ronda Report or maybe a meme. So yan po ang ating bagong segment called VOTD on MML. So let's get down right to our program proper tonight. Ang ating guest, Mr. Mark Manansala. He'll be up in a while. Let's go. All right, let's put him on the air. Hello. Naninigarilyo pa. Hoy, bawal yan.
Sorry. Teka muna, narinig mo ba ako?
Yeah, we can hear you. We're live on the air, brother. Sige, patayin mo muna yan.
Wala na. It's gone. Oh my God.
Okay. All right, we have Mr. Mark Manansala with us tonight. Good evening, brother. How are you?
Good evening, brother. I'm doing well. How are you?
Okay. I'm doing fine. Siyempre, I'm talking to you. And we have
nice.
A singer, songwriter, composer, producer, and overall musician, Mark Manansala in the house.
Thank you for having me, Matt Montoya. Champion.
Okay, so habang hindi pa natin i-interview, we'll talk to Mark in a while. Pero syempre, bago natin siya kausapin, I just wanna start off with some stuff that I can show our viewers tonight, no? Medyo naghalungkat ako, so I hope pardon me.
It's fine. It's fine. I love you.
Pardon me. Okay, so let's just show this to our viewers tonight, huh?
Oh my God, this is so old.
I tried to kiss her last night, but she turned away and asked me to close my eyes. But I shut tight, I see the lights. She's looking in my eyes last night. She kissed me, she blew my heart away. She was there to stay last night. But last night, that night was years ago. This night, tonight's a different show. And I'll fight, so she won't go. Last night's the night she let me go. We made sweet love last night. She was just like the first night. Then she turned from me and walked away. She said she'd stay, but not today. And she kissed me, and tore my heart apart. She said we had to part last night. But last night my tears won't show. This night, tonight's a different show. And I'll fight, so she won't go. Last night's the night she let me go. Last night, that night my tears won't show. This night, tonight's a different show. And I'll fight, so she won't go. Last night's the night she let me go. She let me go. She let me go.
Parang ramdam na ramdam ko yung sakit dyan, brother. So that's just a sample of what Mr. Mark Manansala can do. And let's this is your night. This is Profiles, where we talk to people of interest that lead interesting lives. And you are no different, pare. I mean, you are a singer, obviously a composer, a musician, songwriter, you name it. Among other things, diba? So you do many other things. Pero how did you get into this the whole music scene? Ano ba yan? When you were a kid, you just woke up one day, sabi mo, oh sige, gusto ko maging musikero.
Well, actually, pretty much like that. Parang, isang araw, pagising ko, actually, to be honest, I'm gonna be very honest. Total, tayo lang naman dito eh. When I was in second year high school, grabe ka. When I was in second year high school, this guy sat on the piano and he was playing November Rain by Guns N' Roses. Pucha, lahat ng chicks umikot sa kanya. Yung mga tito dyan
nakakaalala yan, Guns N' Roses.
Yan. Ikot yung chicks sa kanya. So ako naman, sabi ko, parang hindi naman ganyan yung November Rain eh. So, uwi ako sa bahay, sinipra ko. The next day, he played it, he was there in the piano again. Sabi ko, usog ka nga dyan, ako nga. Then I played November Rain. Eh di yung chick sa akin napunta. I guess that was the starting point. Honestly, it was purely for the girls.
Yung driving force din eh, yung chicks talaga. Yun yung rason kung bakit si Mark Manansala naging musikero. Tama ba?
That's the truth. Yeah, that's the truth. But it didn't last. Yeah, it didn't really last that way. Eventually, you know, I
Mm.
fell in love with the craft, and dito ko nilalabas yung mga sama ng loob ko. Sabi mo nga, ramdam mo eh.
Uh, Good evening kay Giselle Lantaka, watching us from Zamboanga, Cebu, brother.
Hi, good evening, Jesse Blancar. Hi.
Okay,
Lantaka.
kamusta? So yun yung starting point from where you are now. That was of course years ago.
Oh my, yeah.
And you've gone so far, I guess, no? 'Di ba? Parang iba na yung trend mo, but you've always done one genre. You never did like syempre nag-rock ka muna or laging parang R&B, laging love song, mga ganyan.
Hindi naman. Like, throughout my entire career as a stage musician, it lasted about 18 years. Actually, more than. Throughout my entire career, I played different types of music, ranging from like heavy metal to a little bit of jazz and R&B. I went through several genres naman. Kasi for a long time, I also did work as a keyboard player for a show band.
So musikero talaga true and true.
I think so, yes. I would dare say so.
Musikero talaga true and true.
Yeah.
Saan mo nakita, when did you find na, sige, gagawa na lang ako kanta, maliban sa magiging musikero lang ako? Because not all musicians can make music.
Well, that started actually way before I became serious with, learning to play an instrument. Mm-hmm. When I was a kid, I'd go to my lola's house in Binangonan and spend the summer there. And I really loved watching sunsets. Paakyat, you have to go through this parang stone staircase right beside the mountain. Mm-hmm. And of course, you're gonna be alone. I was alone. I was just with a dog. And minsan natatakot ako, baka maihahas dito. This was a very long time ago. I was a kid. And that's where I started humming my own tunes, to make me feel better. So that I don't get scared.
Making music, I guess.
Making tunes, I guess. Yeah, making melodies.
And then you move towards, sige, gagawa na ako ng kanta, parang ganon.
Yeah. From there, I evolved. When I was in second year high school again, there was this girl, right? So, syempre, niligawan ko siya. To impress this girl, what I did was I wrote a song.
So, babae na naman.
Yeah, of course.
Babae na naman yung beginning point ng paggawa ng kanta.
Of course.
Good evening kay Emily Gonzaga Hunya. And good evening din kay Mylin Daria. So, yan po ang at least may insight tayo sa buhay ni Mr. Mark Manansala na ang kanyang turning point po sa buhay para gumawa ng kanta ay
babae. But to be very honest, I mean, all the songs that I wrote actually have a girl behind it, a real person.
Not necessarily somebody you like or somebody hindi broken-hearted.
Yeah, usually there's really a real person behind the story, and that real person is usually the stories of my songs are my stories. So I tell it from my point of view.
Talagang may pinaghuhugutan, sabi nga nila.
Meron. At one point in time, binansagan ako si Mr. Hugot. But this is like in 20-something. Sa mga friends ko lang naman, my circle of friends, sabi na, ano ka na naman, Mr. Hugot? Ano na naman yung sinusulat mo?
Okay, good evening kay Evelyn Catalasan from San Antonio, Zambales. Hello, good evening. At shout out kay Baby Lucas from Caloocan. Cesarine Batak Miranda siguro to. So good evening sa iyo. All right. Mark, let's move on with our profile for you. So we have here on profiles where I do random pictures and you basically talk about them. Yung mga guests namin talk about these random pictures and tell us a little bit more about what these are and ano tong mga ano yung memories ba to or good or bad? So let's start with this first one.
Oh wow. Yeah, this was in sa Jam 88.3 at this point in time, yung banda na yan is Peace Pipe with Jack Pilpil, Rani Caldosa and some friends. These are Las Piñeros.
So yan yung time na anong tawag nito? You were in pretty much a show band, sabi nga nila.
No, actually, this band came up with an album, and then they released the single. The famous single they actually wrote is "Mr. Politician."
Okay. So political song, hindi naman.
Hindi naman. Well, they're bashing the governance, but this is a reggae band. And this was the time Yeah, reggae siya. We were featured dun sa Jam 88.3 Reggae Nights. That's
Okay.
the photo.
And that time, ano kang part ng banda na to? You were doing what? Keyboards?
Yes, as a keyboard player. But at the time, I also played session player for a lot of folks. But you know, Matt, what's the most memorable thing about this photo?
Mhm.
This was the day that a lot of my songs, the story actually started. It was after this that I ended up in a bar meeting this girl. Ayun.
Ayan na naman po tayo.
No, but it's really part of the story, mamaya.
Speaking
You'll
of,
get it.
ayan, may picture na tayo.
Oh my God.
photo. Who is this
Okay.
person? And this beautiful lady. Okay, but medyo na parang natutunan na po si Mr. Mark Manansala.
Hindi, no, she's a friend. She's a colleague. We worked together on a film called Ona that was produced by some folks in, Viva Studio, like si Direk Joel Mendoza, si Direk Bong. And this was during the filming of Ona, which is a short video, a short film or a film.
What's her
And
name?
she was one of, I forgot I'm so sorry, my God, I'm so
Grabe ka
bad.
naman.
But yeah, she's such a pretty lady. And I met
Okay.
her in the set. She's one of the actresses.
Kung may nakakakilala po sa babae na to, sabihin nyo sa amin. Kasi nga parang
Nawawala.
yung
Nawawala.
nandyan yung siya nagsasabi ko sino yung kilala niya, wala sa pakialam. Ay,
Grabe ka naman, grabe ka naman.
okay,
She's-
next photo. Our next picture. Wait. This guy, ito for some of you, they probably know this person.
Yeah, Mr. Keith Eric Martin. Kasama ka namin this day, remember?
Right. This
during
was wow, 3 years ago now. Tama ba?
Yeah.
3 ba?
Yeah.
4?
I think magpo-4.
Magko 4 years na. Wow, that
Maybe.
flies time but so fast. Tama, marami.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Okay,
Oo.
time flies so fast. So this was when your sister, we'll talk about her later kasi she has her own photo. But let's talk about Keith Martin. Keith Martin, nakatrabaho mo ba? Or was it inspiration? Is he a good friend? How'd you guys come together?
It was an amazing day for me. I was just at home, and then a friend of mine from UMG, Universal Music Group, said, "Pare, pupunta kami dyan." And then they just came, and then
bahay.
he walks sa bahay namin. And then he walks in the door, and then he was introduced by my friend. Sabi, "Pare, si Keith Martin." And I was like, "Keith Martin?" Tapos sabi ko, "There's the piano." So I pointed to the piano. Sabi ng friend of mine, sabi ng friend ko, "Oh pare, validate yourself." Keith Martin, validate yourself. So Keith Martin went on the piano.
Seriously? You
Yeah, he
asked
did.
Keith Martin to play for you?
No, I didn't ask him. My friend said, "Validate yourself." Because the first thing I did was when they walked in, I showed the piano. I was walking down the stairs. Sabi ko, "There's the piano." Siguro, they were thinking, parang, I was actually thinking, si Keith Martin ba to? So he goes
Hindi
to
ka
the piano.
sigurado kasi syempre.
Hindi, because he looks so different, right? And then
he looks
went
different.
to the
He
piano.
actually looks very different in person. I think from the time na nakilala natin siya sa hit song niya,
Yes, because of you.
Because of You, he was
Yeah.
much younger then and probably payat pa siya noon, di ba?
A lot sexier, yes.
A lot
He will
He
forgive
found
me
it-
for it. We're friends.
He found his life partner here in the Philippines kaya hindi na siya umalis, di ba?
Yes, I think so. And he loves the Filipino very much. He loves our,
so, Keith
loves us.
Martin. Yan. So have you guys done some music together or is there a plan to do so?
Well, there have been several times that we're supposed to be working together. I guess, destiny will bring us there when it's time. But we regularly talk up to now. I visit him when he's somewhere in Cavite. He's a very good friend.
All right. So that's Keith Martin. Next photo on our photo roll. Just tell us about this. Okay. Our viewers natin, of course, for some of you, they may be familiar with this. For some, they may not be familiar with this. So, Mark is a Mason. Okay. So, short version ng storya para sa ating viewers dyan. Kasi alam ko you would like to talk about this long topic.
No, really well.
What is
It's,
a Freemason and what's happening here?
Well, it's a fraternity, and here we were doing our rituals. At this time, it was, I think, one of the rituals that were open to the public. That's why the pictures are available. And there, I served as what is called a marshal. Kumbaga, security guard. Yeah.
Parang hindi naman security guard yan.
May security guard may dalang batuta. Yan, parang
Okay,
ganun.
sige.
Yeah.
So, and you're very active with the Freemasons.
Yes, indeed. Yes, I very much enjoy the company of my brothers in Freemasonry. They're fine gentlemen.
Okay, all right. So, yan po. Si Kuyang Mark. Let's go.
Kuya.
What's happening here? What's this?
That is Yanis Trifilis Osden,
I'm
and
sorry.
our gracious
What is it? Who is it?
uh, the Greek guy's name, the one on the left, is
Okay.
Yanis. And Yanis is a Greek guy who put up a restaurant here in the Philippines called Ble.
Oh, Ble.
And
BL. Ble.
yeah,
Parang-
Ble. Yeah, Blue. Yeah, it's Greek for
okay.
blue. And I was his executive chef at the time. So
So
we
you
were at
ulitin natin. So you were you're a musician. You obviously
Yes.
still a musician. Where did that cooking come in? Bigla naging executive chef. So you're obviously a chef too. Did you ever practice that? Did you work in a restaurant?
Yes, I did. I was the executive chef
Wow.
of Ble. I was also one of the executive chef of 25 Mushroom Kitchen in Molito, Alabang. And I did a lot of work in the kitchens, Palms Country Club. Yeah.
Wow. So you mean to tell me, aside from obviously your passion is singing and doing music, musician, where did the cooking come along? And obviously you made a livelihood out of that as well. So
Yeah,
if you're gonna weigh both things, ano bang you'd like to do both?
I love them both, that's for sure. I mean, I
Okay.
love cooking as much as I love music, but I I rather cook for friends, special occasions for family. That's for a loved one. I'd cook for a good friend of mine.
Mhm.
That's where I use my cooking skills nowadays. But I have completely decided that my official work is music.
Music. Okay.
Yeah.
So no plans to put up a restaurant or whatever like that.
None in the immediate future.
Hindi muna, wala siguro. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about this. Not that the best photo that I chose, but this is a very important photo because it's where I met you guys as well. Siyempre,
Yes.
2018, I think 2018, something like
Yeah.
that. So this is your sister.
That is my beautiful and beloved sister, Christina Manansala.
Okay, Christina, we will have her sa program natin po next week. Wala na siyang magagawa. So she'll be guesting.
Wala siya magagawa.
So we'll
Bali-
talk about her during next week. So but of course, do you have other siblings na ano?
Yeah, we have two more brothers, Joel and Mike, and then I have two more brothers, Dodi and Mel, and then I have another sister, Rona. But Christina and I, we are pure siblings, like
And
mother and father.
what kind of influence? Kasi you're always basically together in many of the things that you're doing, no? Especially kasi parang pareho kayong artist. What was the
Yeah.
biggest influence or that Christina has in your life?
I guess we are each other's confidant. We like I make her listen to my work and I ask her for comments, violent reactions and such. And she also does the same. She shows me her art and asks me my opinion about her visual art. Because she's a visual artist, I'm an auditory artist, and I
Right.
guess we complement each other in the sense that I get to critique her art and she gets to critique my art, and we grow from that.
Okay. So obviously yan ang malaking parang you're not just confident but support staff
Yes.
for each other. Parang ganyan.
Yes,
No?
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. We're each other's
Alright.
pillar, I guess.
Malaking bagay na you've been always working together in one way. But I don't think Christina sings, nor in your case you don't paint as well.
Well, I don't paint, but my sister actually, when she was in college sa LaSalle, she
Okay.
played Anita for that play West Side Story.
So kumakanta siya.
She does. Yeah, you get her drunk
Ay,
enough,
hindi
she'll
ko
still
alam
sing.
Okay, so that is something new for us, hopefully. Okay, so all right. So Mark, we're running out of time, and of course, we'd like to thank you for being here in our program. And
Thank you for having me.
you lead a very interesting life, but you also have something new that you just released, no? A new single, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it's not really a release. It's not really a single. It's just, are you talking about the Christmas song?
Right.
Oh, it's just that's a draft. Basically, it's a gift.
A
If I
gift.
publish that, it's no longer a gift. It's a gift. It's a song that I wrote for the Filipino, wherever you are, Pinoy. Kumbaga, especially now that the Christmas season is coming and going. I wrote this for us, for every Filipino, wherever you are. Kasi ang dami sa atin, ang lungkot na natin masyado ngayon with all this kaguluhan and the pandemic and there's so
Uh,
many worries. uh, I thought, what could I do? I said, and the only thing I can really do is write a song. So I decided to write a song and hopefully make people feel better when they hear it.
so this is your contribution to all Filipinos anywhere in the world. Ganun.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
So on that note, let's before we ask him to step down, well, let's listen to your song. Minimize natin, then pakinggan natin lahat, ha?
Thank you.
Halina tayo na kay tito at kay tita, nanay, tatay, tara na kay lolo at kay lola. Dahil tayong Pilipino ay di magbabago. Taon-taon mula ngayon, maligayang Pasko. Mare-mare, bili na utubong mo at may bibing ka. Pare, tawid na tayo ay kakanta. At sa ating bawat tagay, tagumpay sa buhay. Taon-taon mula ngayon, maligayang Pasko. Bata-bata, ayan na, nandito na si Santa na may dala-dalang regalo. Bawat mundo at sa bawat Pilipino, ito'y para sa'yo. Taon-taon mula ngayon, maligayang Pasko. Halina ating ngayon, magkaisa ngayon. Dilaw, asul, man o pula ay iisang bansa. At sa ating lumikha ng langit at lupa, taon-taon mula ngayon, maligayang Pasko. Taon-taon mula ngayon, maligayang Pasko.
And there you have it, of course. Okay, congratulations, brother.
Thank you, kapatid. I love you.
So, yan po ang ni Mr. Mark Manansala for the Filipino, no? Kung saan man kayo sa mundo, maraming salamat sa inyong service, no? If you are a frontliner and if you are a new hero, yung mga OFW po, para po sa inyo yan. So, thank you so much, Mr. Mark Manansala.
Thank you, Matt Montoya, for having me. It's such a pleasure being with you.
Maraming salamat. Okay, Mark, please promote your, your Instagram or whatever, your Facebook, or where can they reach you?
Well, I'm on Facebook. I also have an official YouTube channel, an official artist channel, Mark Manansala.
Okay.
They can also find a single I released. I released 3 singles over the period from last year, September. They're all available on Spotify. Basically, they're all on all streaming platforms. If you would be so kind as to do a search for my name, thank you so much
Ayan.
for
Ayan
appreciating
po,
me.
lagay lang natin, Mark Manansala, para hindi kayo magkamali. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Mark, so thank you so much. Thank you so much for...
Thank you, Matt, for having me. You have a pleasant evening, brother.
Thank you, thank you. And of course, I'll see you soon, huh?
Yes,
Please keep
definitely.
safe. And I know Mark is already vaccinated, so I hope you'll be like him, huh?
Yes, of
All right.
course.
Thank you, Mark, and keep safe. God bless, and
Thank you.
we'll see you around, okay?
See you around, Matt.
Ayan
Thank you
po,
very much.
maraming po salamat, Mr. Mark Manansala, our guest for tonight. profiles. All right, and very interesting person na nakakatuwa din ang kanyang life, and I always like to see musicians, they do their craft. Nakakataba po ng puso. All right, so shoutout lang po tayo. Reminder lang po, no? Sabi ni Jaisel Lantaka, salamat sa boses, Sir Mark. Wow. Ayan ha. Sir Mark, thank you daw. Sabi ni Jaisel Lantaka. Okay. And, sino pa ba? We have here. Okay, so mga nag-message po, nagko-comment po dun sa personal page ko. I'm not able to read your comments, no? At this time. But I will try to read them out later, ha? Okay, so medyo mahaba pong oras ngayong gabi. We will move forward now at yung po tayo sa ating Ayuda Project. Reminder lang po, no? Yung para po sa mga sumali ng Ayuda Project, make sure that you follow the instructions, alright? You can find the instructions po dyan sa ating Lost Channel, facebook.com/lostchannelph. Also, hashtag ni Matt Montoya at hashtag Matt Montoya Live. Alright? So we will be going to our Ayuda Project. Diyan lang kayo. Let's go right now. Okay, so we're back. Okay, reminder lang po, no? You have to answer the phone kasi po pag hindi nyo sinagot, mahihirapan po tayo niyang kayo kausapin. Okay? Kailangan po natin, tatawagan po natin ngayon at magpapadala po tayo ng ayuda sa mga magsasagot ng tawag sa ating ngayong gabi. Parang kulang po yung number ko. 1, 2, 3. Ako parang bitin yung binigay niya number. Tingnan natin kung makontak. Okay. So again, kailangan niyo po sagutin yung ating tawag. Ha? At para mapili po kayo, we'll have to talk to you as well. Yung ating instructions po para sa Ayuda program, nandyan po yan sa Lost Channel. Okay? Parang wala pong sumasagot. Yan na nga ba sinasabi ko eh. No? Ayan nga pa nga ba. Okay, so we will try to choose another one. Ha? Kasi kailangan po natin kayo makausap. Ayun, yung project po natin ay tuloy-tuloy po yan Tuesday sa ating programang Matt Montoya Live. Truly, Matt Montoya Ingson, of course. And we will try to choose po, no? Maraming salamat po sa admin ng Lost Channel for helping us choose yung mga bibigyan.
Subscriber cannot be reached.
Ano ba yan?
Try again later.
Nakakalungkot naman po at hindi ko kayo available kasi kung hindi ko kayo sumagot or hindi kayo makontak, namimili po tayo ng ibang tao. Okay? We will try to call you twice. Pag hindi pa rin po talaga, wala na po talaga. So we'll try to call again, ha? One more time. And if we are not able to pick up the phone, pipili po tayo na iba. Ayan. Ako, nag-ring.
Hello po.
Hello, good evening.
Hello po.
Emmeline Katakutan.
Yes, sir.
Kilala mo ba ako?
Apo. Nanonood po.
Nanonood siya!
Apo.
Ayun o! Congratulations at nanonood ka. Okay, yun lang yun. Kaya ako tumawag. Tapos na, bye-bye. Joke lang. Emmeline Katakutan. At alam mo, halos linggo-linggo nakikita ko yung pangalan mo nanonood sa amin. So maraming salamat para sa iyong walang sawang suporta, Emmeline, ha? Emmeline, taga saan ka?
Taga Gapan City po. Gapan City, Nueva Ecija.
Nueva Ecija. Kamusta dyan sa Nueva Ecija?
Tahimik po dito ngayon.
Tahimik dahil MECQ rin sa inyo o ECQ ba?
Ano po kami? MECQ po kami.
MECQ. Okay. So, kamusta naman yung pandemic so far dyan? May mga nabakunahan na ba kayo?
Ako po nasa first vaccine pa lang. Second po naka-schedule na.
Naka-schedule na. Okay. May asawa ka ba?
Apo, sir.
Ilan?
Isa lang po.
Ilan ang anak nyo? Hindi pa ako tapos. Ano ba naman?
Dalawa po.
Ano?
Dalawa po yung anak.
Dalawa anak nyo. Anong edad ng mga anak nyo?
Yung pong panganay, 13. Tapos yung may sakit po, 7 taon.
May sakit. Ano nangyari sa baby mo?
Leukemia, sir.
Leukemia. Kailan pa?
Since December 16, 2019.
Okay. Wow. So ilang years na. Kamusta naman siya so far?
Sa ngayon po, medyo okay naman po yung niya. Agayan niya.
Tuloy-tuloy ang medication niya?
Apo, nagkikemo pa rin po kami sa Philippine Children.
So bumabiyahe kayo ng Manila para mag-chemo siya?
Apo.
Alright. Sige. Okay. So since special case yun sa'yo, Emma, hindi na tayo pipili ng iba ngayon, ano? Yung allotment natin ngayon para ayuda ngayong gabi na dapat pang 2 tao, bibigay natin sa iyo pareho, okay?
Salamat po, sir.
Okay, walang anuman. So, yan po ang gagawin natin. Special lang po tonight yan because si Emmeline po has been messaging us and showing her support sa ating programa. At maraming salamat dyan. Dahil dyan, Emmeline, mag-executive decision na ako kahit mapagalitan tayo ng admin natin. Bibigay ko na sa iyo yan tonight, okay?
Salamat po, sir.
Walang iyakan, bawal yan. Good vibes lang tayo. Okay?
Apo, God bless po.
Okay, yan po si Emmeline. Emmeline, ito ba yung number ng GCash mo din?
Apo, ito lang din po.
Alright, sige. So after ng program natin, papadala natin sa iyo yan, Emmeline, okay?
Yes, sir. Salamat po.
Okay, you're welcome. Maraming salamat. Mag-ingat ka.
Apo, thank you po. Kayo rin po.
Thank you. Okay, yan po si Emmeline Katakutan. And again, normally po dalawa pong binibigyan natin ng ayuda kada program, but tonight si Emmeline po has been messaging us and supportive po siya sa ating programa. So I'm going to make a decision po, executive decision po natin yan sa ating programa para dahil siya po ay nagsusuporta sa ating program ever since day 1. So maraming salamat sa iyo, Emmeline, at hopefully makatulong yung ating ayuda sa iyo, okay? Pag hindi ko kayo napili, don't worry. Every Tuesday and Thursday po ay namimili po tayo ng ayuda, nabibigyan ng ayuda po. Hindi ko tayo titigil dito. And of course, kung hindi ko kayo makakuha sa ayuda ni Matt Montoya, pwede ko kayong sumali sa programa ni partner Patrick Tulfo mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 10 po na umaga hanggang alas 11 ng umaga, alas 11:30 na umaga sa DZME 1530 at syempre sa Facebook niya. Araw-araw po namimigay si partner Patrick ng ayuda. At dyan ko po nakuha ang inspiration sa ating ayuda ni Matt Montoya, okay? So every live po natin, gagawin po natin yan. Tutulungan po natin ang lahat ng ating makakaya. At syempre po, gawin lang po natin ang patakaran, ang ating requirements po para sa ating ayuda. Please follow them. They're found in the Lost Channel, facebook.com/lostchannelph. At syempre, ang instructions din po sa ating other pages, Stoplight TV, Ride and Drive Philippines, Sweet Vibes Message Group, Sweet Message Vibes Group rather. Ayan po ang ating mga iba't ibang pages na kung saan nyo po napapanood ang ating program. So maraming salamat po. Again, thank you so much for medyo overtime na naman tayo ang ating 30-minute program, maging 45 minutes. Thursday po, may iba na naman mo tayong guest. So thank you so much for joining our program tonight and for watching. Thank you. And please, keep safe, social distancing, you know the drill, okay? Face mask, face shield, lahat na po yan, alright? So maraming salamat and you have a good evening.